Oh, it wasn't even 2 weeks ago when Steve Bannon, the most arrogant man in the United States, was out there telling us that Donald Trump is absolutely going to get a third term. He's the greatest president we've ever had. Everybody loves him. He's going to serve a third term. And then this week, that arrogance turned into tears for poor little Steve Bannon. Because Bannon, like everybody else in the country, got to see firsthand on Tuesday evening that Americans overwhelmingly are rejecting not just MAGA, but conservatism in general. And Steve Bannon can't fathom that. So not only has he come up with a plan for Republicans to win in the future that he thinks is foolproof, but it's literally the opposite of what they should do, but he also is now begging Donald Trump to undo Democratic victories in New York City and, of course, Prop 50 in California. Here is what Steve Bannon told Politico this week after Tuesday's elections. 2 things I would do. Number 1, get Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon and the Justice Department to go out and file a suit against this scam of California Governor Newsom on this redistricting plan that went against the Constitution of California. I would get the Justice Department to file a suit, go get a temporary restraining order immediately, and then hit this thing and drag it out for a year. Okay. That's why it was a proposition on the ballot, so it doesn't go against the Constitution. A majority of people in the state said, yes, we want this. We want to do this. And if it's illegal for California to do it, then it's illegal for all those other red states to do it too, buddy. So think before you speak, Steve. I promise you, your life will be much better if you do that. And then he said, number 2, I would get Department of Homeland Security, the State Department, and the Justice Department looking immediately at Mamdani, who I am convinced did not get citizenship in a fair and honest way, and get those 2 things rolling. There should be even more than alarm bells. There should be flashing red lights all over. He then, of course, predicted that Mamdani's victory could lead to a string of Mamdanis across the country enacting their crazy liberal policies. So we have to deport this man. So just going straight into the racism, right? You're not trying to refute anything he has said. I mean, have y'all noticed that about any of these critics of Mamdani? No, all they do is scream socialism, Marxism, communism, immigration is illegal. Have any of y'all ever spent any time actually trying to refute anything he's said or any of his proposals? Have you come up with counter proposals? No. Because you don't know how to do that, do you? You can't argue facts and logic and statistics or even policy. All you guys can do is scare people into thinking that this person is an amalgamation of 3 different things, several of which aren't even, compatible with each other. But you guys can't define those words anyway, so it scares your base. That's what you're doing. But that is, of course, an absolutely disgusting comment. But it's hilarious to me that, again, 2 weeks ago, Steve Bannon was out there doing these interviews, being the most arrogant guy in the country, and now he's reduced to tears, begging Donald Trump to undo the Democrats' victories. Oh, but he wasn't done. As I mentioned, he has a plan. This is how Republicans are going to win in the future. You're either with MAGA or you're not. And you know what? I'm going to stop right there because it seems like most of the country told us on Tuesday we're not. So nothing else that you say at this point matters because you're either MAGA or you're not. Then Americans were like, yeah, okay, we're not. So you can either accept reality or you cannot, Steve. But he does continue. The Republican Party has no following. It has a bunch of donors, and it has the Fox TV network, and it has Karl Rove and all these worn-out ideas you see in the House and the Senate. It's just embarrassing. The Republican Party is just a husk. When Trump is engaged, when Trump's on the ballot, when Trump's team can get out there and get low-propensity voters, because that's the difference now in modern politics. When they can do it, they win. When he doesn't do it, they don't. You double and triple down with Trump. If you're not prepared to do that, you're going to get smoked. Because you're not going to see Trump voters come out like in Virginia, just like in New Jersey. Trump has been on the ballot 3 times, Steve. 3. 2016, 2020, 2024. Out of those 3 times he was on the ballot, only one of those times did a majority of the American voters say, yeah, okay, we'll do that. And even that one time, it actually wasn't even a majority of voters because it was only like 49.7% of the voters. He got a plurality, not a majority. So there's literally never been a time when this idiot has been on the ballot when he has gotten a majority of the votes. So I don't know what you're talking about. When Trump's on the ballot, he wins. No. That's just not a thing. He won the Electoral College in 2016. He won the general election, obviously, outright in 2024, but neither time did he get a majority of votes. So if you want to double and triple down with Donald Trump, I think it's a great idea, because that's a good way to guarantee that Democrats are going to sweep in 2026 and 2028. Tuesday was not a referendum on the Republican Party as a whole. It was a referendum on MAGA. If you look at the polls out there, the polls are telling us that voters are already telling us my vote in the next election is going to be against Trump, not against Republicans, against Trump. So, Steve, you can keep living in that little alternative reality that you're living in, but I promise you, it's only going to lead to more tears for you in the future. Hey, folks, I don't know if you have noticed, but we are like this close to 1 million subscribers. We do not have much time left on this year. We're already entering the holiday seasons. I know everybody's busy. Everything in politics is crazy, but I want everybody to refocus your efforts right now. We have got to get to that 1 million subscriber mark before the end of this year. So if you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Spread the word, share the videos, get as many people as possible as you can. Not just because we want to hit 1 million subscribers, which we definitely do, but most importantly, politics, real voices talking about politics, is becoming increasingly rare. We are watching as corporate media outlet after corporate media outlet bows down to Donald Trump, universities bowing down, lawyers bowing down, giving in to his insane demands even when they are in the right. We will never do that. We are not going to stop. We are going to continue bringing the hard-hitting and sometimes fun news of the day. We're not afraid of anyone. We're not afraid to tackle any issue. So again, you want to keep this going. You want good, unfiltered news that you can easily digest and move on with your day. Subscribe to Fair and Balanced and spread the word. Get more people on board, and let's hit that 1 million subscriber mark before the end of this year.